Hello ladies and gentlemen. In today's video we're going to be talking about Pearl, right? Now the beta is, and I believe very soon, it's very soon, I think today or tomorrow, according to Seal Leaks and what they said about a week ago. So you can decide to take everything here with a grain of salt, not take it too seriously, and just bide your time until the beta comes out. Completely understand that. However, I just feel like talking about this because HSR has been a little dry for me lately, and talking about new character kit is always going to get me interested and more passionate, right? So, if you want to stay with me here, listen to what I have to say about these Pearl kit leaks, then you're welcome, and I appreciate you. So, let's get into the first one. Via Seal Leaks, we found something weird in the Pro server files. Against old predictions, Pearl actually seems to be a healer at base and not a shielder. There's also what looks like a condition mandating every ally be Path of Elation. Now, this does not mean that she can only be used in Mono Elation, and that the previous leaks about her being able to be used in other teams is wrong. All it means is that, similar to Avon, she probably changes her kit in some way to be more tailored towards Elation if you are in a Mono Elation team. And then if you aren't in a Mono Elation team, then this changes, and she likely gives more generalist buffs, I'd imagine, if the previous leaks aren't incorrect, for teams outside of Elation, right? After this, we have the second leak, and this is the one that has significantly more juice. So, Seal Leaks responds to their previous leak and people's questions, saying, lots of people are asking, what is it that running a full Mono Elation team actually does, right? What's the benefit that Pearl gives towards this Mono Elation team if you fulfill this requirement? And they say, so far, there appears to be a party-wide action advance tied to this condition. However, it's not clear whether or not this is part of Eidolon's or base kit, right? This is a pretty important thing to mention by Seal Leaks, because it is incredibly common that in beta tests for specific characters in HSR, the beta testers aren't exactly aware of whether or not it is Eidolon's on a character they are testing. Right, very often, this happens very often, where it will be leaked that a character has this and that, and they technically do have it, but it's locked behind Eidolons, E1, E2, even sometimes in E6, right? So, you need to keep in mind, some things here may actually be locked behind Eidolons and not in the base kit, such as that team-wide action advance. The second part of this leak, responding to what is it that Pearl can provide, it says that Pearl scales with defense. So I guess even if she is a healer, it still scales with defense stats. She provides buffs including merrymaking, elation, certified banger, and additional instance elation damage. Right. So those are really hefty buffs. This is looking like an incredibly strong character just on paper. If she did have all of this buffing capability, not even including the team-wide action advance, she would probably be stronger than, I believe, like most sustainless versions of Mono Elation, right? Just off of that. If the team-wide action advance thing is also in base kit, she's stronger than sustainless easily. But that's the thing. Is merrymaking in base kit? Is the action advance in base kit? Is the certified banger extension in base kit or increased certified banger? We don't know, right? That's kind of the issue. So on paper, if a majority, if not all of these Pearl buffs that have been leaked are in her base kit, this will be one of the biggest upscales to a team in the history of the game, right? Elation is not really exceptional as of current day in comparison to some of the other teams that we currently have. They're also not bad, though. They do get overly doom posted, mostly because people put their expectations into any main push means they should be the strongest DPS and the strongest team for literally since they release, right? And people don't really look at nuance. But if a character like this were to release with everything mentioned here, then yeah, this would be another Annie main push team situation where it's seeming like the Annie main push team is definitely going to be the stronger one in this version compared to the rest, right? But once again, take it with a bit of a grain of salt, because there's a good chance some of these buffs and that team-wide action advance is actually behind some early or late Elons. So that's all the information we have about Pearl so far. The beta, once again, is very soon. You can choose to believe this or choose to not to. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to give you guys the update on Pearl's kit. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. And peace out.